This is an Epiphone Valve Junior hot rod guitar amplifier. Today I'm going to show you how to bias this amp. This red wire here is connected to the standby switch and the white wire is connected to the diodes. This gives me access to each side of this 680 ohm dropper resistor. The dropper resistor has a standard value of 220 ohms, but I've increased the size of it to lower the plate voltage. You can see this multimeter is connected up to it, showing 675 ohms. This green wire here is connected to the cathode, and the black wire is connected to ground. This gives me access to each side of the cathode resistor, and you can see on the multimeter that this cathode resistor is 270 ohms. The stock value is 220 ohms. I've increased the size of the cathode resistor to reduce the plate current. When I flick the switch, it's going to put this 340 ohm resistor in parallel with the 680 ohm dropper resistor, and this 1.2k resistor in parallel with the 270 ohm cathode resistor. And it should give me a stock value of around 220 ohms on each resistor. The amplifier is turned on and using close to the stock values of 220 ohms for the dropper and the cathode resistors. The master volume and gain controls are turned down, and there's an 8 ohm load on the output transformer. This multimeter is measuring the voltage between the cathode and the plate. It's showing 312 volts. This multimeter is measuring the voltage drop across the screen resistor. The screen resistor is 1000 ohms. Current equals voltage divided by resistance, so 4.4 volts divided by 1000 ohms equals 0.0044 amps, or 4.4 milliamps. This multimeter is measuring the cathode voltage. Through the cathode flows the screen current and plate current. To get the plate current, we subtract the screen current from the cathode current. 10.5 volts divided by the cathode resistor value of 225 ohms equals 46.6 milliamps. Cathode current, subtract 4.4 milliamps screen current, and we have 42 milliamps plate current. 312 times 42 milliamps, we get a plate dissipation of just over 13 watts. Most manufacturers of EL84 tubes recommend a maximum plate voltage of 300 volts and a maximum dissipation of 12 watts. So you can see that from the factory this amplifier exceeds both. When I flick the switch, we'll be using a modified value of 680 ohms for the dropper resistor and 270 ohms for the cathode resistor. This will bring the plate voltage down to just under 300 volts. It's brought the screen current down to 3.6 milliamps, and the voltage at the cathode is 10.6 volts. 10.6 volts divided by 270 ohms equals 39.2 milliamps cathode current, minus 3.6 milliamps screen current equals just under 36 milliamps plate current. 36 milliamps plate current times 300 volts plate voltage equals 10.8 watts plate dissipation. So we can see we've brought the plate dissipation down to within the manufacturer's recommendations.